Hey, what's up, Internet? My name is Connor, and this is Bottom Shelf Bar, the show where we try alcohol from the bottom shelf of our local liquor store and tell you if any of it is worth drinking. I'm joined today by my good friend, Paul. Paul, what are we drinking?
So we're drinking Bellows blended whiskey. Last episode we had Bellows gin, and we wanted to keep it within the family, so this is their whiskey.
I should point out, we are doing these episodes back to back, so the effects of that gin on our systems are very much taking hold now. We'll see how that affects this whiskey tasting. Let's get started.
Let's have more shots.
Alright. So this is the first time we're cracking open this bottle. Let's take a little sniff and just see how we feel about it.
I'm scared of the sniff.
It doesn't smell great.
God, that's the smell of every cheap college party ever.
Well, how much was this, Paul?
This was $14 for a handle. I didn't want to buy a handle, but that was the only size they had. So
this is how much we got.
This is 1.75 liters.
It's a bargain, but is it worth it?
This shot scares me.
We'll find out. Cheers.
Oh.
It is...
Oh, shit.
It's whiskey.
That's acetone, my dude.
You can taste that it's supposed to be whiskey. It also hurts.
Yeah, that's... Look, man, I just said it, and I'll say it again. Cheap whiskey is the worst liquor. Good whiskey is great. Good whiskey is probably head and shoulders above a lot of other liquors. Bad whiskey is just terrible. That's bad whiskey. I'm hurting.
Do you want to grab that acetone that is conveniently just off camera? We can do a head-to-head comparison. We're not going to drink the acetone because that would be
dumb.
That would be dangerous.
Don't drink acetone.
You know, do what you want. This is...
honestly, the acetone smells healthier than the whiskey.
This is straight up acetone. I use it to take nail polish off my fingers. It smells like acetone. The whiskey is like acetone, but in a trench coat.
Acetone, but it makes you want to throw up.
Yeah, so really just super promising signs early on from the Bellows whiskey.
God.
We have a new challenge for this episode in which we're going to put a cracker on our foreheads and try and get it into our mouths without using anything other than our faces.
I will be taking my glasses off because they're a detriment to this.
You know, let's just see what happens.
You know, the saltine is like a chaser for the terrible, terrible flavor of this whiskey.
Will it make it better?
Probably.
All right, let's find out. Saltines on forehead. 3, 2, 1. Get it in your mouth. This is
shit.
Harder than it
Okay, I did this sober and it wasn't too bad, but
this saltine has already been on the floor, but you know, we're gonna try it again because
you're full of whiskey, that'll kill the germs.
This is not working. Paul seems to be doing
okay.
Hold on,
one more try.
All right, we'll do one more try each, and if we don't get it, then you know that tells you what you need to know.
That one didn't count.
I'm close.
Use the left
I
side.
got it.
All right. Well, he's better with his face than I am with my face. But don't worry, I'm better with vampire fangs. Sort of, not really.
Take that for what you will.
We're gonna try this whiskey in a cocktail. So we'll see you in a second. So this is a whiskey and Coke. It's whiskey and Coke.
Those are the ingredients. Let's see how it tastes.
This is, by the way, 1 part whiskey to 4 parts Coke, just to make sure that...
We measured. I don't know why, but we did.
Well, because Coke can overwhelm things.
It's still bad.
So it's like Coke with the aroma of acetone.
The Coke definitely helps, but I think that we're experiencing the same phenomenon that we did
with the gin and tonic?
With the gin and tonic, in that you add a fizzy thing, it dilutes the terrible liquor. to a point where you can drink it and be like, oh, this mostly just tastes like the thing that I put a bunch of in.
Yeah.
But when you really stop and think about it, and when you like consider all the tastes that you're getting, the really bad liquor is still there.
It's kind of overpowering, actually. Because this is why we went with a ratio of 1 to 4, just to make sure that it was like a good mixed strength ratio. Which, to be fair, I just got from the back of a Bloody Mary mix bottle. So, who's to say if that's the real ratio you should use?
We're bottom shelf bar. We're not classy. We're not doing things correctly. We're just doing things to see if they taste good. And this is not
good.
Definitely not good.
No, I wouldn't drink this.
It is perceptibly a whiskey and Coke. That being said, it is not a whiskey and Coke that you should drink or that you should accept.
Yeah, because
literally any other whiskey that I've had would be preferable to this.
Yeah. I used to, and to be fair, when I was younger, this used to be a toxic masculinity thing, but I used to just drink straight whiskey and tell myself I liked it. Which, to be fair, with some whiskeys is viable. This ain't it.
I am not optimistic that this is going to be improved much at all by Coke or any of the other drinks that we're going to try with this. So, let's just get right into the saltines. All right, let's do the crackers. Ready? 3, 2, 1, cracker.
Release the cracker.
I've already lost my cracker.
I feel like my cheek is too fat for this.
I've lost it again. I don't think I really have the technique for this. Now my cracker. Paul got it. Anyway, how's the saltine? Is it better than the whiskey and Coke?
Honestly, I would take this entire pack of saltines over the whiskey and Coke.
Would you blend it up into a smoothie and drink it before you would drink another of these whiskey and Cokes?
No, honestly, I'd probably drink the whiskey and Coke before that. That'd be a dry-ass smoothie. But you know what?
Okay, here's another question. What if you used the whiskey to make a smoothie out of the saltines?
I hate you for asking that. Next, we're going to drink whiskey sour.
All right, let's just cut to that.
So this is the whiskey sour that we're talking about. This is whiskey, lemon juice, and simple syrup. And we're going to see how it tastes.
Hopefully better than whiskey and Coke, but I have my doubts. It smells like an edible gone wrong. It doesn't smell good, that's the point. It also does not taste great. Yeah.
No, it doesn't taste very good.
The whiskey is rather obviously because it's less diluted, but the whiskey comes through a lot more in the whiskey sour. It is much more noticeable that this is garbage.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like whiskey cocktails. A lot of the whiskey cocktails I've had, I'd rather just drink the whiskey straight because why bother? But even then, I've still enjoyed drinking some of them. This might be the least enjoyable whiskey drink I've ever had in my entire life.
The whiskey straight was arguably better than this.
The flavors of this whiskey mask the lemon entirely, so it's just sweet bad taste, honestly.
Yeah, you've seen this. I keep cringing every time I take a sip of this. It's gone now, which is very fortunate because it doesn't work. It's just bad. I don't have anything insightful to say. This is just not
I was kind of hoping for more to say about it, but also it's just kind of a bad drink.
Let's get to the challenge. Let's get some saltines. Let's see what happens. I predict that my saltine will be on the floor in approximately 5 seconds. Paul, do you have an over-under on how long your saltine will take?
I'm going to give it 7 seconds because I'm a little careful about it, but...
Alright, I don't have precision, so... Alright.
Accuracy, technically.
3, 2, 1. There's no time for specifics. Let's just get some saltines in our mouth. That was about 1 second. I'm going to have to pick up my saltine from the floor now. You know what? I'll pick a fresh saltine.
Wow. Bougie.
We can afford it. Still trying it. This is not working.
Oh!
Paul got it. I think our takeaway here is that Paul is better at getting saltines in his mouth when they're placed on his forehead. And the second takeaway is that don't make a whiskey sour with this whiskey because it is bad.
Yeah.
You will have a bad time and you won't be able to get a saltine in your mouth. So the last thing that we're going to do with this whiskey is we are going to make
Jungle juice.
What's it called?
The Last Call.
The Last Call. It's where we take every alcohol and every other ingredient that we have consumed in this episode and the previous gin episode, because once again, we are recording these in the same night, back to back. We will put all of those ingredients together and we will see you in just a bit to find out how revolting it is and how messed up we can get. And we'll put some more saltines in our mouth.
Hopefully.
Alright, so this is our fourth and final cocktail for whiskey. It's actually not a cocktail. It is instead a combination of all of the ingredients that we've used in the gin episode and the whiskey episode, like we said. So this includes gin, this terrible Bellows whiskey. It includes lemon juice, lime juice, simple syrup, tonic water, seltzer water, and just for good measure, we threw in a saltine and a marshmallow because those are the two challenges that we've done. And now what we're going to do after we shook this thing up and we added all of the sodas and stuff, we're going to chug this whole glass of just disgustingness. And
sure, she didn't have to.
We'll wrap up the Bellows whiskey.
I hope you guys can see how murky this is, as well as the saltine detritus floating atop it.
Let's just get it over with. All right, cheers.
I guess.
3, 2, 1, drink it all. Never mind, I can't.
This is better than I was expecting.
Honestly, it pretty much tastes like tonic water.
It pretty much tastes like a Long Island iced tea.
This is mostly, I mean, it's no secret that I'm gone at this point. As Paul drools on the table.
That was not drool. I have a wet mustache.
As Paul's mustache drips on the table. This tastes mostly like tonic water to me. It's clearly alcoholic. You don't really know that the saltine and marshmallow's in it. Honestly, is this better than some of the cocktails that we tasted?
I would drink this over the whiskey sour every day.
Absolutely. You do get a little note of the saltine cracker. Oh, as you get towards the bottom, the gin starts to cut through. I will say, it is interesting. The whiskey has completely disappeared from this mixture.
I was going to mention that the gin comes through a little bit, but the whiskey's gone.
The whiskey was the most noticeable component of both the whiskey and Coke and the whiskey sour. That may be somewhat a product of the two drinks that we tried, but I think it's also a result of this whiskey just being noticeably bad.
Yeah.
Between episode 1, the Bellows gin, and episode 2, the Bellows whiskey, I think that the gin is clearly the better option. This whiskey is horrible.
Yeah.
Going back to our scale of 0 to 5, I would honestly give this a 1, maybe a 1.5 out of 5.
I'd give it a 1 only because it didn't make me gag upon drinking it, but I would say, if anything, if you're going to drink this in anything, I'd drink it with something like Dr. Pepper instead of Coca-Cola, where it just has a ton more flavor and it just overpowers it.
Yeah, you definitely need to hide this whiskey as much as you can. This is almost 2 liters for $14. That's about the only reason that you should buy this. That's about all I have to say for the Bellows whiskey. It has no real redeeming quality. This, whatever the heck we just made,
tasted better than anything we made intentionally with the whiskey. And
That's true, honestly. That leaves only one thing for us to do. We're gonna get some saltines. We're gonna try to put them on our foreheads and put them in our mouths. 3, 2, 1, saltine! It already has fallen off my face.
You fool.
I am so inebriated. I don't know what you're expecting from me. I'm gonna have to sweep my floor a lot after this. He got it again! Paul wins the challenges for this game. For this episode. This has been Bottom Shelf Bar. My name is Connor. This is Paul. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. We certainly did not. Do not buy this whiskey. It is horrific. Save your money and
don't buy cheap whiskey. Just don't buy cheap whiskey.
Cheap whiskey is bad.
We're going to keep drinking cheap whiskey for you guys, but don't buy it.
This has been Bottom Shelf Bar. That's the entire wrap-up. That's all I can muster at this point. Have a great evening. Enjoy your Halloween. Or, whatever is the nearest holiday at this point.
See you in the next episode.